Refugee Moz Azimitabar's court case against the federal government is now underway. Moz alleges his 15 months of hotel detention in Melbourne was unlawful, arguing the Immigration Minister's written approval wasn't given for the specific venues. The outcome could set a sweeping precedent and affect more than 100 refugees still being held in alternative accommodation. Advocates hope to revoke this kind of detention.
We know Australia's detention regime is cruel, we know it's immoral, we know it's unethical, but today we're attempting to prove that an element of it is illegal.
And Moz Azimitabar joins us now after day one of the hearing. Moz, you spent 6 years in detention at Christmas Island and Manus Island before you were held in the Melbourne hotels. What part in that story are you saying that your illegal treatment began?
I take this case to court because I was locked up in those hotels facilities illegally. The government used the hotel as a prison to lock me up, and the situation made me more sick. My body is trembling when I think about the time I was in those hotels.
Moz, from your experience, what made the hotels so awful compared to offshore detention?
Definitely it was worse than Manus Island. I was locked up on the third floor of the Mantra and the Park prison. I spent 23 hours a day in a room. Officers 10 times a day came to the room. Over 400 times they did pat search of my body while I was transferred to Australia for medical treatment, and I didn't receive any proper medication. And every day I heard that there is no news about releasing you into the community.
You're out now, but how do you feel when you think back to that time? Has it been hard to move on from? Is it hard to not think and remember those feelings you had when you were trapped inside?
Trauma is always with me. But I am patient. I am able to continue through connecting with good people in Australia and also doing artworks and music.
Moz, I understand you've been assessed as a refugee, interviewed for resettlement in the United States. What's made you stay in Australia?
I see you, Julian Bishop, that when you were a foreign minister, you and your government locked me up in detention for 8 years. And I feel very sad, but I don't have hate in my heart. I am Kurdish. I was born in Kurdistan. My city was bombed for 8 years. The first day that I was born, my city was bombed. So all I hear, the noise of sirens, the noise of guns, the noise of machine guns, and also in Manus Island, in detention, they shoot at us a few times. They killed my friend Reza Barati. So I don't want to live in America because I don't want to hear the noise of guns. I don't believe that guns bring peace and tranquility for me.
So Moz, back to the case. You're back in federal court tomorrow. When are you expecting a judgment will be given?
It probably takes a couple of months or sooner. The judge will decide about the decision, and I am very hopeful and positive about taking this case to court.
Well, there'll be a lot of people watching it very closely, Moz. We appreciate you taking the time to speak to us tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.